A Florida mom is suing American Airlines after she claims her two unaccompanied children, just 10 and 12 years old at the time, were left overnight in a cold, lost children's room with no food or water. The incident happened over the summer in Charlotte, North Carolina at Douglas International Airport. That's where the kids arrived for a layover after visiting their father. They were supposed to be headed to Syracuse, but that flight was canceled. The family was told that the children would, quote, be in a nice room for unaccompanied minors where there were beds and their own bathroom. The family was also provided a phone number that was supposed to be a direct line to where the children would be. Well, according to the court documents, when their mom tried to call the direct line, no one answered. And when she was finally able to speak with her children, she discovered that they hadn't had anything to eat or drink since the night before. The children were reportedly placed in a room, quote, akin to a jail cell, without any blankets, pillows, or toiletries, and freezing. The children reportedly spent the night on the sofa with the lights on. The children were eventually given food and water by an airport employee. Now, American Airlines is apologizing. They said they would refund the $150 that had been paid for a chaperone. In a statement, American Airlines said the safety and comfort of our customers, including unaccompanied minors in our care, are our highest priorities. We've been in touch with the mother directly, and we are reviewing the details of the lawsuit. I'm now joined by the family's lawyer, Elizabeth Eilender. Thank you so much for being here tonight.
Hi, good evening, Natasha.
Can you give us a sense of how this actually happened and the aftermath as well? How are the children doing?
So the kids are doing as well as they can under the circumstances. They were very scared, but they were very polite, and they didn't demand hotel accommodations because they really didn't know what was happening. The largest concern here is that the kids were really they'd lost track of the children for a number of hours. And so my client was unable to reach her children or had no idea where they were. And so she was worried about where they were, how they were being treated, who they were interacting with. And they're still traumatized by it. They were freezing in that room. They apparently had been unpacking their clothing and putting on clothes in their suitcases to keep themselves warm in this room. Of course, given no food, no water. And meanwhile, their parents were worried about them.
Yeah, and I think we're taking a look at that headline graphic just a moment ago, showing that this is just one of the latest issues in the headlines recently of teenagers experiencing what many Americans would say are unacceptable situations regarding airlines. I do want to talk about this specific case. We've seen American Airlines' statement in response to the lawsuit. Is their response so far adequate, both their statement and the $150 refunded?
So the only response we have from them, Natasha, was that this week, and this is a scoop, they asked the judge to throw this mother and her two children out of court. That's the only response we received from American Airlines. They have not been in touch with us or with my client since this lawsuit was filed. From all appearances, they have no concerns or no interest in getting to the bottom of what happened.
What does justice, what do reparations look like in this case for this mother and these two children?
So Amber really wants to know what happened to her kids, and really, more importantly, why it happened so that it doesn't happen again. And I'm not even sure a lawsuit can accomplish that, but through discovery, we intend to find out exactly where the failures occurred. Was someone supposed to get these kids and bring them somewhere else? Was someone supposed to call the parents and they didn't? Where somebody dropped the ball, even by their own policies, they didn't follow, they dropped the ball. So we want to find out exactly what happened.
What do you think every parent needs to know coming out of this story? Because it seems like that mother, your client, could not really have done anything more. She was given a phone number that went nowhere, short of driving there herself, trying to get there herself and check on them. What could she have done in this situation?
You know, it's unclear to me. I think if she would have been able to, she probably would have just driven all night to the airport to get there. And I would say, give your kids a phone, make sure it's fully charged. But as we know, even adults don't have their phones fully charged all the time. So it's a leap of faith when you're handing your children over to an airline that they're going to do the right thing and take care of them. And it really amounts to the trust that people have in the airline. And right now, my client has no trust in American Airlines. As I'm seeing in the news, this is spreading to other issues and a continuing lack of trust in American Airlines.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.